Hey kids, it's X-Ray Vision here. We are live. I'm coming from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. She lets me put up the pictures of my spacemen, and I'm really appreciative of that. We've got a really, really cool show. I've been working on this since last week. Um, we have the founders and team from Gold Rush Casino coming here. I ran into these guys in Vegas. You guys want to tell them the story about Vegas and what it was like walking in that group of Hexicans?
It was always a pleasure. The um, producer of the show, Tony Salazar, good friend of ours, um, had us come along. Although that entire show was really pulse and hex driven, there were a few DGen coins there, and projects that were coming up, and we were beside ourselves to be there. It was an honor, and we met a lot of great people, and we got to get some stage time and talk about the Cryptopreneur 8, and it went great. We met a lot of great people, much like yourself, and we look to be back soon. Actually, there's a Hex birthday party coming up in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, are you guys headed down to that one?
Um, I'm looking. It's in my schedule to see if we can, but definitely
Okay.
forward to that. You know,
Yeah.
big shout out to Big Tay if he's watching this, and we know some of you guys.
We met some cool guys out there, man, and just from the level of comfort you guys showed us, especially when we walked into the elevator, and here comes Hexray, and he's looking at us like, "Who are these suits?" And everybody from the Hex community was so like, they were like at an outdoor picnic, and
Yeah.
it was a friendly event. It was very welcoming. We enjoyed all
Yeah, I thought you guys were either lawyers or accountants.
of it.
Speaking of lawyers, let's get full disclosure. You guys didn't pay me for this interview. This is not a paid promotion, correct?
Correct.
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 We don't
They
pay.
they were kind enough to gift me some of the tokens that we can play around with, and I'm going to be giving those away to someone here in the audience so they can see how some of the dApps and stuff that these guys have been working on works. But other than that, this is not a paid promotion. I'm just wanting to reach out and get to know some of the gaming people in the crypto community, because let's face it, 99% of crypto is speculation or gambling, and I would say that applies to the stock market and a lot of other things that people invest in these days. So the idea of, if we can bring in the people that are attracted to gambling, and we can show them a way to actually get a passive and active income that works for their lifestyle, then they can find a level of financial freedom that they may not have known before, right? And that's kind of where I come from, is the financial freedom uh, angle of trying to free as many people from their finances and debts as possible. We got a bunch of really cool people in the chat here. We got Red Squirrel. He's actually been here since I falsely went live hours ago. And then we got Francis Powell. What's up, Francis? Good to see you. Savage Knot, Red Squirrel, Oi Oi. Davis says gang gang, and of course, Faith's Reality. What's up, fam? Now, we should also see quite a few people from your Telegram coming over here. They're pretty excited about the stream. We were talking about it in your Telegram group. What is your Telegram group if people want to go in there and ask questions and meet the folks there?
You want the Telegram, our Telegram group?
Mhm.
Let me send that over to you.
Yeah, just to keep it simple, it is at Gold Rush Casino Official, but we will get you that just so you
Okay.
can copy
So if
paste.
you went on to Telegram and you search Gold Rush Casino
Official.
so Gold Rush Official, right?
Gold Rush Casino Official. It's a little bit long,
Okay.
so we'll get you the exact writing on that.
Gold Rush
Coming over right now, actually.
Casino Official.
And just to keep the dialogue going,
Just
Even-
send it to you.
even table games, even gambling, in a sense, is never, 99% a gamble. The odds are always better than that. And especially in crypto, I'd like to say if you're just shooting in the dark and picking investments or projects like, just eeny, meeny, miny, mo type of a strategy, then perhaps your chances are in the higher tiers. But, with the Cryptopreneur 8 or many of the um, people, and there's a lot of them, or groups that are really trying to educate the masses out there, um, you'll see that you are able to leverage your odds a lot better than that. If you really understand what you're doing and, enter these, just like in the stock market too. I mean, those big companies, you get to see their yearly reports, you get to see how much advertising they're doing. Actually, even, in this game, they say sell
Buy,
the news,
buy the rumor, sell the news.
yeah, exactly. And so there's a lot to say about that. Buy the rumors means that you're somebody who's really involved and you're in the deep and the thick of it. You're really talking to people with their finger on the pulse, and you're around to hear the rumors. It means you're early and you were prepared to act on that, and you did. So, there's a lot of stages to that.
Yeah, and I can hear you fairly well because I've got these headphones on, but people in the chat are asking you to scoot closer to the mic so we can hear you a little bit closer. Dave says, I love gambling, but I hate losing, so I'm out. Fred Squirrel says, did I hear free coins? And then, of course, this is the Telegram link right there. If people want to jump in there. It says, yeah, sneak closer to the microphone. So, again, the interesting thing I found, like you said, you can do quite a bit of research, and I would consider the Hexicans to have basically a doctorate degree in crypto. If you've listened to Richard Hart during Hex and before Hex, he was really, really good at breaking down the smoke and mirrors and promises and fluff of crypto and saying, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the code works. This is where you're trusting a human being. And, way back in the day when Satoshi Nakamoto, wherever he is, started trying to make code that could be used as money so that we didn't have to rely on the banks and governments. That was the real ethos of cryptocurrency. And unfortunately, this last year, we saw many, many people trust human beings with their crypto instead of math. And a lot of people lost a lot of money with FTX and Celsius and Luna and others going down because it just doesn't really jive to trust human beings around here. At least most of the Hexicans are pretty gun shy when it comes to trusting human beings when it comes to money, right?
I would sort of like to, if anybody's going to get anything from today, I'm a part of the GBA, the the Government Blockchain Association. It's a global organization, and I'm the U.S. chapter's lead. If anybody's interested in really involving themselves in the furtherment of blockchain, please somehow get in contact with me. But this is an organization that merges private sector and public sector in regards to blockchain. And
awesome. Can you actually repeat those a little bit slower? I was trying to write those down. The first one was the GBO.
The GBA. The
GBA.
Government Blockchain Association. And, to sort of add on to the Satoshi Nakamoto, in 1991, Scott Stornetta created blockchain and was credited for it. It was actually a government need. It was for encrypted data transfer on a blockchain similar to nodes. So from then it was really intended just to transfer data. And Satoshi Nakamoto came by and said, well, this same system of data can be replaced by, money can replace this because money is simply data. Mm-hmm. And so we wouldn't need money. And so his introduction to it was the financial end, which was the absolute game changer, like you said. And that's when it really started to take off. And,
awesome. Now, let me go. I did a poor job of, I introduced you guys as a team, but I'd like to introduce you individually. The gentleman talking right now I put some of these on the bottom of the screen. We got
Let me, yeah,
the
let me,
Moonwolf.
let me
Go ahead, Derek.
clarify.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm Derek Z, person off screen.
Yes.
And then our co-founders that are on screen right now. On our right, we have the Moonwolf, who's also known as Simon. That he's on our right, and who was just talking is the truffle prig of crypto, our CEO, Jerry Berg. So he's on our left. So just to give you guys a quick introduction, uh, these guys, I'm not the third wheel, but they're the true founders, and I'm part of the core team.
I appreciate that. And Jerry, we're going to have to get you another microphone and do a whole show on just some of the stuff that you're talking about, because very, very few people know anything that's happened more than 2 years ago in crypto, right? There's so many people that came in with Robinhood and bought Dogecoin, but they have no idea the history that you and Richard Hart and these people saw firsthand and understand the real roots of where we started and where we're going. So, like I said, we're definitely have to do another follow up of just this stuff. But for now, let's focus on the casino. So we have again, we have Jerry, the truffle pig of crypto, right? We have the Moonwolf, also known as what's your name again?
Simon.
Simon.
He's
And then
actually
of course
Simon. He's
Derek.
known as the Moonwolf, but he's really Simon.
Simon. Got it.
The names were just because at that time, everybody had characters on Telegram, and so But I do go by Jerry, and much to what you said about. I understand that whole decentralized to the core concept, where you can set a contract and let it loose, and it can protect itself. But also, if you look, those kind of contracts are kindergarten. They're napkin contracts in a sense. These smart contracts are basically the same contracts we know in life, but they're smart in a sense. They're set to be truly autonomous and operate on a decentralized platform by anonymous holders. And this is the 100% decentralized. But I'll tell you, nothing can evolve and nothing can see long-term evolution under a system that cannot be controlled by a centralized unit. And though you say that you can't trust humans, right now, if you look at it, maybe in the world, 1% of people are knowledgeable about crypto. That's even generous. And to say that in that 1% collectively, they don't even have 5% or 10% of their equity or their worth invested into crypto, because they're losing their ass on it sometimes. I'm sorry. They're losing sometimes, so that means they can't be on the streets. So, and that's, if you look, that's 0.005 or 0.001% market capacity right now. So crypto is an infant. Some would even say it's not even conceived.
It's like a speck on a speck on a speck, right? And again, there's still people really want to hear what you're saying, Jerry. So if the closest you can get to that microphone, the better. Because I apologize, because you guys are going to be sitting on each other's laps at the end of this trying to share that mic. But I appreciate that.
I have the volume really low, but
and you guys are in the Pacific time zone, right?
That's correct.
I'm gonna have to send you a microphone or something in the mail.
Joke. We have a running joke about that.
I sort of found something in the settings. I just put it to the max. Maybe that's a little better.
That is quite a bit better. I really appreciate that. And I'm sorry that we didn't get this in the green room. I feel bad that we didn't cover this, but I really appreciate that. But let's go into, so like I said, obviously, met you guys in Vegas. I've always been fascinated with gambling and with games of chance. And when I dove into the stock market and options and Forex trading and all that crazy stuff that people get hung up in, I realized that it wasn't the traders that ever won long term. It's not the guy going into the casino that's really like living off gambling. It's the house that wins. It's the exchange that makes all the money. In fact, I got to the point where I found out how to sell covered calls, which basically you're selling options to other people. And what happened was I found out that I needed roughly $3 million in a bank account for most of these exchanges to allow me to sell covered calls with the chance of making $30,000 a year, right? So at that point, every time I got to figure out how the game was played, it was clear to me that this was a club that I wasn't in, right? You've got the accredited investors that keep a lot of people out of really good investments when it comes to real estate and small businesses. And then, of course, you've got a lot of barriers to entry in the normal world. If I want to go start a bank, if I want to go start a casino, I basically need an insane amount of money, a few members of the mob, and some politicians helping me out, right? But because of blockchain, we can actually own part of a casino with you guys, right? Like we can actually be part of the house. We can go in there, and if you want to do the poker and the gambling for fun, that's great. But you can actually stake with the house with you guys. And so the fact that crypto breaks down a lot of these gates and barriers and is allowing people to act as banks on their own behalf and others, and act as casinos or other things that were previously shut off to 99.9% of the people, right?
That's the underlying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the thesis statement in that white paper of Satoshi Nakamoto, that blockchain use this as financial freedom, and this will set the world off, because everybody in the world right now, or the new people coming up, are otherwise blocked or held away from actually obtaining wealth and generating some kind of future for themselves. But in blockchain, crypto, that allows people, and we see today there's many 20-year-old multimillionaires around the world in the name of blockchain and crypto. So yes, very true.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then this right now, this the Gold Rush Casino is running on the BSC network. Is that correct?
Yes.
The Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah.
How did you guys come about choosing the BSC network, and are you guys interested in launching on Pulse Chain when it releases?
Well, we started off our crypto experience in the Binance network. So pretty much our launch pad was we get into the BSC space, and BNB was a token that was highly used, and learning it was a little bit easier because the gas fees weren't as high as ETH. But we're totally into expanding, the ability to monetize from different cryptocurrencies, including ETH. Pulse Chain eventually, once that does launch, we could also bring that into consideration, because why not? It's a huge community, and it's if there's any avenue for revenue, we have the ability to monetize from it. So we're not limited. On a very interesting note is the casino and the software that we have is ours. So we're not renting this. So we're not a third party that we're utilizing our system with. So we are the casino. That's why we have the ability to make this an active income for anybody that would, anybody that's a go-getter, that in any industry. You take somebody in the car sales, you take somebody in any industry, and if they're a hustler, they're going to make money from it, or they'll find avenues. And we have an agency system that we have in place. So if somebody is interested, they sign up. If they are somebody that can generate that, we can give them a table. We can put their logo on it. It'll be advertised. We can create any kind of co-op working system with them, because we have our own DApp. We have pretty much most of our systems in play. We're good at controlling that, and I don't mean that in the sense of the decentralized system. It's just to be able to watch it and understand if things are working properly. So back end is really put together proper.
Yeah, well, and definitely hang on to some of that idea about you doing your own table and stuff like that. Because we're going to do some screen share, and I'll go through some of the websites that you guys sent me. You guys gave me a lot of information, which is really nice for me to check this out. And most of my prep for this was figuring out how to go onto the BSC smart chain on my MetaMask so I can hold my own coins and interact with the casino. So I think it's really cool that you actually have the ability, aside from when the coins, let's say this, when the coins are at the casino, those are running on the BSC smart chain. Is that correct?
BUSD. For now, BUSD.
BUSD.
No, we're already in progress to start working with USDT and USDC. So to allow the ETH bridge as well.
And if you want to jump and say something, Derek, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify on that. So right now, as far as the casino games and the project in and of itself, a lot of casino projects, they're focused around using the token of the project as the native token in the casino, and that opens things up to an I want to say absurd amount of risk, because if somebody wins, they could come back and turn around and sell it on your chart. And so GRC does not allow you to gamble your token. GRC is more of it's an ownership in the casino. It represents ownership stake. And so that's something that, a lot of people, when they hear, casino, automatically they're turned off, like, I don't want to play or I don't want to lose. But what we've done is we've created an environment where we can take stable coin deposits. You can play, win in stable coin on BSC in the offset as we started, but we're also actively working on expanding that to Ethereum. So we have different communities that we're reaching out to that could potentially set up their own tables, to not have that hurdle of coming over to BSC and then depositing, and just being able to deposit from Ethereum, ERC20, USDT, or USDC directly into the casino and be able to play. So our coin is definitely set up on Binance Smart Chain as far as our contract is concerned at this particular moment. But as far as our casino, we're not limited to the networks we could expand to take deposits and continue to drive revenues for the coin and the owners.
The basic to the casino to the coin is that, the buying concept was that individual owners of casinos make millions of dollars. It's a known fact. It's unknown what they make. Through blockchain, again, like the many advantages, we do offer this to the community as partnership. Ownership is offered to the community. So to the owners of GRC, the token, you're now part of a casino that's owned by thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of people. And so now what can something like that generate? And so, holding GRC as a token is proving to be a valuable thing.
Yeah, maybe we can back up for a second, because this probably should have been my first question before the network that we're running on. Is you have the GRC token, and then when people gamble, they're gambling with the stable coins on Binance Smart Chain, right?
Our casino is open to everybody. So whether you hold GRC or you don't, you're welcome to the casino. The casino operates on BUSD in and out at the moment. Soon it'll offer other chains. That is it's a game. It's a 22 game casino. Beautiful UI, UX. We hold the software. It's not licensed out or anything. It's ours. We have attendance. We really pride ourselves in it. But the token is a token. It's a project on the Binance Smart Chain, and it has its own tokenomics, and it offers a decentralized finance option, but definitely operated by a centralized organization. And we pride ourselves on the fact that we make the right moves. We have people who watch us on purpose, because we try to lead by example. And so it's not that crypto can be fully decentralized, but we need more actual owners as this thing evolves, because in the beginning of anything, you're typically going to get the fast movers, the charlatans, the snake oil charmers and that. But, as people get smarter, I mean, let's put it this way. Nobody's buying TVs with, just a box with rocks in them anymore. They figured that one out. People are smarter than that nowadays because they're educated, and it's a lot easier to get one nowadays. So crypto is very much in that sense. But as people get smarter and as more owners come about to offer crypto their version of excellence, these projects are really like just like a store is, just like a brand has out there in business. This is their brand, and they pride themselves on their product. That's what a crypto project is and should be.
Right. And appreciate that. Francis Powell says, what group are you with? He says he's a member. I think he's referring to the GBA. Jerry.
That is the Government Blockchain Association, the GBA, if that's what he's asking.
Oh, okay. He's saying, what's his DBA handle? So he's maybe wanting to reach out and say hi.
Oh, well, Jerry Berberian. I'm on there. You'll see me, the U.S. chapter lead. Oh, that's awesome. Francis Powell. I'll find you. You can write it in there. Oh, okay.
Awesome. While you guys look into that, I just wanted to kind of to backtrack and touch a little bit on, crypto and the doors, like you mentioned, X-Ray, about how a lot of different doors open up with crypto, and it provides an opportunity for people to be a part of something that generally is exclusive to major corporations. And I love using Brave as an example of a crypto project that really exemplifies what crypto stands for, right?
You said grave, like you bury a dead body in a grave?
No, Brave. Brave,
like the Brave browser.
You have courage. Yes, exactly.
Got it.
Brave, the browser takes Chromium. It gives it a little bit of a twist. And what it does is it makes it more private, right? All of these organizations, these major companies like Google, Microsoft, when you search something, they get your data, they sell it to advertisers, right? You get random things that pop up that you searched like a day or two ago, and you're like, what is this, right? Like these little ads that you see, and they monetize off of your data. What Brave has done is taken that model and said, hey, instead of taking all the profits ourselves, we're going to give you the option to monetize your own data, and we're going to split it with you. And it's a beautiful example of what crypto could do to disrupt various multi-billion-dollar industries, including the casino industry. Because there's no casino out there that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that says, hey, come, set up your table, play, and we'll give you a piece of the revenue. We'll give you some of the rake from the table. They don't have that. It's not a financial freedom opportunity generally, and crypto, provides that. And I just wanted to kind of touch on that because that's what this is relative to physical casinos that have, 20 tables and that's all they have. That's all they're able to do. That's all the space they have. GRC doesn't have any physical limitations. We can have 50 tables all generating rakes. We can reach out to communities across BSC, Ethereum, Matic, Pulse when it comes out, and we can essentially have all of these different communities partner with us to be able to have an additional revenue stream or utility that can provide revenue for their community by offering, poker. So just wanted to kind of take you and give you the bigger picture of what GRC is striding for.
Awesome. I appreciate you zooming out like that. And that's really kind of what we're looking for is how do we take advantage of this new technology to better our lives instead of, better those that already
everybody
have
else.
They've already got the money, they've already got the power.
No, I
don't really
completely understand. And from a decentralized standpoint, I do understand everyone who wants everything to be decentralized. But given my experience in the space, and I've been in crypto for some years now, unfortunately, I don't think crypto is at a place, technically speaking, where we can do that confidently for years and years to come. And I say that with this in mind. When I first started in crypto over 3 4 years ago, Solidity was on like version 1 point something, and if you take a contract, a smart contract, and you essentially make it where it's renounced, it's untouchable, it's just code. Unfortunately, what we've seen over time is that Solidity sometimes has flaws that come up after the fact. Version 1.6 Solidity is not the same as version 8.6. So if you give up everything in being able to modify, you might come across an exploit years later that someone found from your original code that can take advantage, and you can have absolutely no control. And so there's various risks, similar to how there's risks with someone being able to push the button and do it the wrong way and have, the wrong intentions. There's also that kind of adverse risk through trusting code that isn't fully, like it hasn't been tested 100 years to survive. Now, I get the idea, the concept, to be able to say, hey, yeah, this is, this could live on forever on its own. But unfortunately, I don't think crypto is quite there yet to kind of unleash that beast, if you understand where I'm going.
I totally agree. In fact, one of the problems that we haven't solved as a community that Richard Hart's always talking about is the Oracle problem. How do you trust that information from the physical world is placed correctly on the blockchain? And that's something that I think is going to be as big of a difference as when Satoshi figured out the Byzantine generals problem, right? Like, how do you make sure that there's mutually assured destruction for all the miners if they try to take advantage of it?
Right.
That was
Exactly.
his gift to the world, was solving the Byzantine generals problem. And we were faced with this Oracle problem when everyone says, well, we want to put insurance and land titles and real estate and mortgages on the blockchain. It's like, that's a horrible idea right now. Like, I like the decentralized spirit that people have, but until we find a way to make sure that someone loses more than they gain by messing with that system, it's going to be hard to do.
Like I said before, as blockchain as the financial model side of it is fairly new, or not new, but so in a new era.
In its infancy, you might say, right?
People are smarter nowadays. The day of the pink Saleh fake sale and all that is sort of done. It's harder nowadays to scam, and so new phase. It's almost in its new era. 10 years, and another 10 years is going to come now. But the smart contracts are going to get smarter, where we're going to say, oh, those are genius contracts nowadays. But there is going to be a control on a lot of what we see. And yes, it's not right now where for A to win, B has to lose. And unfortunately, depending on the time that you were in and the amount that you were holding, just like we saw in FTX, if you as a crypto owner are not pleasing your community, just like Caesar and the mob, if you didn't give the mob what they wanted, Rome wasn't yours. So still today in crypto projects, if some of your investors aren't happy and they decide the things you're doing aren't worth their investment anymore, and they're sitting on X, 100X, whatever X, how many mornings do you expect them to look at that and listen to you not doing what they like? And so because crypto is in the hands of the community, if they understand what they've purchased, if they understand who they're looking at, the Cryptopreneur 8 says it so well, and that's our little gift to everybody. But crypto is beautiful, and it's got such a future. But yes, there are many exploitations in it at the moment.
Yeah, Moondog says, I always tell people to play their life like the casino. They don't expect to win every hand, but they always win. Why? Math plus time plus ownership interest. I like that. I like that. That's basically the compound interest working in your favor instead of against you, right? Moondog, see, that's a sound speaker towering thing. Thought you meant a phone. People are listening what the device that they're actually listening on out here. Ever since God made a scandal with online poker, I only play live. Uh,
Ours is provably fair. Every single hand,
mhm.
every single transaction, you can prove that that was played fairly. So
So the God mode scandal. Tell me about that. I've heard about it, but I'm not very familiar with the God mode scandal. Is that was with FTX, wasn't it? Like that was with the people that were involved with FTX. They started with the online gambling sites and taking money there, didn't they?
I'm not too familiar with the God mode scandal. I think it's associated with one of the major poker sites. I can't touch on it too much. I don't know too much. But if I were to guess, I would imagine something suspect was being done, which obviously gets people, to be hesitant to be involved in,
Okay.
playing that game.
Yeah. And
um,
then when you say provably fair, you're saying that all of these, your odds and um, all the results of all the hands played are are recorded on BSC's blockchain, correct?
Um, to be more exact, a lot of games play in different ways. I guess people might think that there's somebody in the back that can control the hands or whatnot, and it's not quite so. And this is our platform completely. So, just to explain how it works, they're all math codes. They're all just calculus 3 math, and it's every single game just the way you see them described in the math formula. And now you need data, and that's everybody who plays or attempts to play. And now the way it works is just like in blockchain with the use of random hashes, you're going to get a 32-bit encrypted number set. And the game will take a random encryption using those numbers to determine what you have. And that might be your hand, two cards in the suits. And then it'll take one for the actual game that's about to play. Five cards are going to come out. And the math is written the way that it intends 52 cards, burn the top, deal them out, burn, show three, burn it, show two. So um, at any single point in every hand, you're able to click and receive those numbers that you were given to them just on an open ledger system, go and verify whether that was played on the intended probability that you would have had. So to understand that a little better, if it was a coin toss and you got heads and you lost, you would be able to go and see that that game generated and you played on a 50-50 odds and it wasn't edged. And so technically you win more often than you should because they're basically animated mathematical games. Now casinos don't and can't operate that way. There's always a house edge, but this is on blockchain right now, and people have fun with it, seeing gains, and ultimately, we are new. We're building our community, and so we're going through our quarters.
Cool. Cool. So basically, you can check to see if the records match and that nothing fishy is going on between what you're seeing on the screen and what's being actually happening in the computer, doing the random stuff. It
100%.
reminds me of back in the day. Like I said, I used to play Satoshi Dice and Ether Roll, and the website had a built-in edge, right? But you could decide on a sliding scale whether you wanted better odds of winning and lower payouts or lower odds of winning and higher payouts. But you always knew that their edge was 3% no matter where you put that sliding, that knob or on the screen. So that's pretty interesting. And now, obviously, there's got to be some revenue produced in the casino for you guys to pay out the the Gold Rush Casino holders. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so let's go into that really quick. You've got the Gold Rush Casino coin, the GRC coin, and does it have a ticker symbol that people can look it up on? Yeah.
It's a chart project.
What's that?
It's on chart, yes.
No, I mean, if I were to go to Etherscan and put in a ticker symbol, would it pull up the token, or do you have to search for it by the contract?
Well, it's always best to search for it via contract, because that's going to take you to the exact thing. But it does. It's going to be on the BSC network and not on the Etherscan. So just want to clarify it. But it will come up as Gold Rush Casino, and I will get you that link right now too, just so you have that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I just don't want people looking for the wrong GRC and sending their money to someone else.
No,
especially on the wrong side.
712, I believe, is the last three of the contract. But tools, if you just write Gold Rush Casino on BSC, it pops up. Pretty much the first one.
And what about is there a BSC way to, because you've got Etherscan, and Etherscan is if they don't like your coin, for instance, Hex, for the longest time, you type in Hex, it wouldn't bring anything up at all, right? If you weren't on their list of coins they liked, then you'd literally have to go with just the contract address, right? And so is there a block explorer that you would recommend people look for tokens on BSC?
I think it's more of what you're comfortable with, and as you start to learn what you're doing here in crypto, you start to develop a sort of, where you like to go. But I think people should know a lot of them, just like we know Google and, what is it, Bing, and some of these other search engines, Mozilla or Firefox, or how, everybody knows them, but everybody finds what they're used to. But especially because this has to do with money and finances and pains, we should really, really know what we're doing and take the time to educate ourselves. And it does take time, believe me. I had to quit everything, left they say real life. I left the real life to do crypto. I say it as if this isn't real life. This is even more real than real life. It moves at a lightning speed. I say, they say dogs every year is 7 years to, every human year is 7 years to a dog. Every crypto year is a decade to humans, if you ask me. What happens in 1 year in crypto is compared to what happens in a decade in real life.
And I just sent you over on your Telegram our chart, so which should give you our ticker as well as pretty much what everybody wants to see. It's on Dex Tools.
I shared the contract address just a second there. I'm a little further back on the chat, so I got to scroll down. I can add that as well. Let's see here. It looks like people want to. They want you guys to switch microphones and then switch video with Derek Z. It says they're a little leery when someone doesn't show their face on screen. So we can hear Derek and we can see you guys. So if you just send him your camera and then he sends you his microphone, we should be good. That way we can hear you and see him. Let's see here. Let's go down a little further here. We got Jawa in the house. We got Moondog in the house. And you've made it when you get places that you can find love on new dating sites. So 18XYZ, that's pretty awesome. Make sure to check them out. All right, say across the table, as an owner, not service provider, what are the relevant mechanics and variables from that seat? That's the lens from which you should look at ownership, token, interest tokens, my 2 cents. So that's a lot. That's a lot in one. Do you guys understand what he's saying there?
Say across the table as an owner, not service provider. Relevant mechanics, variables from that seat. As an owner, Like who shares a partnership with us. Is that what this is asking?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Before that, he says, but back to GRC. My personal perspective when I got to a casino as a consumer, I have a budget. I'm spending for a good time. However, everything is different from another perspective. Yeah. So he's saying from the gambling perspective, he's looking at it as entertainment, and as the owner perspective, he's looking at it as what's immutable and what's not immutable. So let's go into that. What parts of the code and the DApp are locked and immutable, and what things are have, like, say, admin keys are unlocked from your end?
From the contract side, meaning with the token. So we have 50% basically what's outside of what's locked in liquidity on, Pancake Swap or through our swapper. Outside of that, what's not owned by people, what's not out on the floor to be purchased for trade, that's locked up in Pink Sale. And every time that lock comes off, we put it back on. The actual liquidity lock, that was on 88 days. It was like a good luck thing when we started with 8s. And so I think that comes off pretty soon, but we'll put it for another 88-day interval. As far as admin keys, our dev is my partner in a California corporation. He's also the inventor and credited for the patent, which I submitted the patent for True DeFi's sellless swapper. It's a true smart contract sellless swapper. That's also a project. I was a CFO on that, True DeFi. They're working with Vault Finance right now, a project that's going to come through like lightning. But I hold all the keys. And when you say as far as keys, that's to say that if someone was going to run off here and mistreat any of the tokens or allocations of them, yes, it would be myself. But I'm fully doxxed, and I've gone way past what the expectations of doxing are. I speak in Washington on the betterment of blockchain, and I sit on the shoulders of giants, I like to say. So, in order to really have a good crypto project, like any company, like any brand, like anything we know, it is a responsibility, especially when you take people's, faith. I don't even want to say money because I think it's deeper than that. You take their faith, you take their loyalty. Even when they lose money, they stick around. They even start working harder. I mean, I'd like to say that there's a magic in crypto. It's truly the future because of what it's done. No brand out there has built the loyalty that blockchain has. Some of the smallest, most irrelevant projects on blockchain who are actually led by thieves were successful in building a community that even when the ownership took off and stole, the community still started working and tried to recreate this otherwise dismembered body alongside the road, like I like to call it, and that's something that even Coca-Cola Corporation today doesn't have. Nobody pulls over before they get home and buys an extra 6-pack just because they love Coca-Cola. But even our little Gold Rush casino, knock on wood, a lot of our members, before they go home, they kick in another $7-8 or something. We know all of them. Sometimes we ask what's going on here, and they say, hey, it was change. Instead of my credit card taking it, we give it to GRC. We know we're winning. And so that kind of loyalty, that kind of appreciation from your community really has to be, it can't be taken for granted, one. And we here at GRC pride ourselves on what we get to do for our community. So that's how we start the days and end the days at the office here.
Appreciate that. And as we were saying in the green room, a lot of the Hexicans will try to follow Richard Hart's 10 commandments, which is, locked, immutable, no admin, like basically like code that if, for instance, the OA, whoever's running the OA were to pass away, it would simply just function with whatever he set up, without whatever the OA is set up for Hex, right? And so you were speaking earlier. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go into this to this
Let's put 'em
website
up
that you had right
together.
here, the Cryptopreneur 365. Let's go into that right now, if we could, and have you walk us through that. So let me see if I can make a really nice face here on screen, because I'm about to get frozen. But let's see here. There we go. Oh, nope. I froze before I got to make a nice face. That's okay. That's
No,
okay.
you pulled it off. You got it.
I'm going to share that Cryptopreneur website right there. Can you guys see that on your end?
We see it.
Okay, awesome. Let me try to unfreeze my screen before we start scrolling through here, just because I'm not happy with that face. But we'll go in through here and go through some of the stuff you guys, some of your ethos and your philosophy around crypto. And I think a lot of people will see that there's quite a few things that we have in common. So let me go back here to the website. This is Cryptopreneur 365, and this isn't Gold Rush Casino's website. This is your website.
So Cryptopreneur 365 is the brand. Every project we put out will come through this channel. But the Cryptopreneur mentality is that original think tank of like-minded individuals who knew how to put in the time and the research, and we sort of knew how to do our own due diligence and come back to each other and report. And this report would be in a means that would prove that you truly grasped the project and you would have put your proper educated forecast on where it was going, meaning which you knew what you were looking at. You could tell us, hey, this is something for the short run, or this might be something in the long run because. And so that eventually grew into, bless you, grew into a community. And our first project was Gold Rush Casino, our flagship token. And that's why we decided that it had to have a utility from the beginning, something that would last the test of time. And iGaming is definitely something that has a future, especially in blockchain. And so, first project. And
Awesome.
we launched it. A lot of this first top that you see is really when a project gets close to launching. But if you scroll down, already by the first or second scroll, this just explains how things are broken down in the project, the tokenomics, where some of the coins are sitting, how they're sitting. But
this is what you were saying earlier about the active and the passive yield from GRC. Is that correct?
yes. So buy or sell, it doesn't matter. It's 8%.
Okay, so there's an 8% tax on buying and selling the GRC casino.
Yes,
coin. Got it.
6% of that, 75% is directly rewarded to all holders in the form of BUSD. It's not a reflection in GRC. It's not, no, you have to buy GRC. And nobody's really, you're a fool to sell it, in my opinion. But nonetheless, it does provide gains. So 75% goes back to holders. And if you click back to the top of this where it's the DApp will show that even in our short amount
Is this right here, the GRC DApp?
Yes, if you click that, that's a custom DApp. It'll show most of the statistics people are interested in order to even save the community. It's not a claim. So as you see fit, you pay your gas and you claim your rewards. And as of right now, 27.41 BNB has been collected and rewarded back to holders. Everybody sees it. Everybody, it's just
right down here.
Exactly. And almost 12 BNB has been claimed. But those are in the form of BUSD, flat out. And it's designed to take that and go try your chances in the casino, where you can win more. Now, this simple ecosystem also provides many opportunities along the way for you to stop and explore your ownership in this casino with us, with 22 different style games. And obviously, this isn't a jacket for everybody to wear, but if you are into iGaming and you are the type of individual that hosts your own home games, or, if you're into that sort of stuff, this really does provide an additional form of opportunity financially.
So is there a lockup period, like a stake, when you when you buy the GRC token to utilize it in the Gold Rush Casino?
We don't hold anybody to that. We make sure everybody does this freely. We want to make sure this thing was designed for all the investors. Okay, I know it gets broken down into the token and the casino, but primarily this thing was designed to tickle everybody in crypto's palate. So you have the holders aspect, the people that like the long-term effect of crypto, and that we designed from the passive income section, where while you sit on your GRC and it increases value based on the trading, you also gain BUSD, the stable coin, in your passive income. And then this is for you to use however you want. We also have the casino aspect, which provides an interaction space. Now, we designed this and we have to call it a casino because that's kind of what the tables are. But we really designed this to be able to have an interactive space for the communities of crypto. We want to engage in that sector of, how the Hex community and the Gold Rush Casino community, without a certain bridge, we don't have that connection. So the connection is going to be a utility case. And what's the best utility? Then we can do gaming when we can all get together and do our stuff.
And now the actual, how does the casino help the coin? As frequency increases and all of our holders know, we see what we have, everybody can tell it is a community driven project. We simply don't have the frequency that we need. But when we do it, we'll ultimately be buying into the chart. As the white paper suggests, it is the protector of the project. At a time when it needs to, it'll purchase into it. It won't take those coins at a low and sell them at a high, but it'll redistribute them in the form of lotteries or certain games at that time or whatnot. But it is designed to be a true ecosystem. But that actual moment is a manual shift. That would be leadership saying, okay, it's time to do what we need to as stated. And so up until now, we haven't proven anything outside of what we've done. In fact, we under-promise and over-exceed. And, that's sort of a mantra around here.
Okay. So my question was, so if you hold the Gold Rush Casino token in your wallet, then that will give you rights to claim the rewards, or do you need to move? Do you have to move the GRC tokens somewhere else to claim the rewards?
You see that auto staking in that sense. When you purchase GRC, if you're holding it after that moment, any buys and sells, 6% goes back and gets distributed amongst the actual holders, which is everybody who's bought. So, the percentages that are locked up or released are actually intended to be somewhere. So, rewards they go to the holders. That's why buying it and holding it in itself has made money and a significant amount of money, even for small holders right now. And you see it right there. The reason they're not pulling it is because BNB is shifting. So that in itself is even like a game for them.
So the total market cap right now of GRC is around $500,000. Is that correct?
435,000. We peaked at 1.8 million. Unfortunately, because of certain natural disasters or whatnot, some of our original holders, decided to pull out. But this is crypto. People are allowed to make gains. We promise that and we deliver by it. And so the community is still here. Yes.
According to this, you guys have sent out or distributed about $8,000 worth of BNB at today's prices. Is that correct?
Yes, and that is in people's wallets. They have, at their discretion, can come and claim it and pay their momentary gas. And on BSC chain, that's basically nothing. It's pennies, and they can claim it. But it's safe in there. It's theirs. That's the efficiency of the blockchain smart contract.
You're not giving up your keys to that GRC.
Nobody can touch that dividends wallet. I myself don't even have it. If you look into the contract, it's been audited. all of those safety features are in our, authentic, genuine contract. I think that's the biggest problem is nowadays people really need to learn how to read those contracts because it's just like you buying anything. I mean, in a sense, I don't know if everybody watches South Park. You know that one about the apples where everybody got themselves sewn to each other? What do you mean you didn't read? So, this is what's happening with these smart contracts. If you don't know what you're buying, you don't know how it works. Yes, I wouldn't buy anything where somebody would hold my rewards either. But these rewards here are untouchable. If that's the wall bottom, that's it. It's yours.
So how often can someone come claim their BUSD from the rewards pool?
So these automatic contracts that would just give it to you automatically, that means every time a buy and sell happens, then every time everybody shares the gas for however many wallets are out there to be fed. So to be even more efficient, we've left it in our manual claim DApp. It was more tech to put out this DApp, but it was better for our community. And so now at this point, you let it accumulate. Whenever you're ready for it, you go and you make your momentary pull, and you pay that little amount of gas individually.
And you can do that as many times.
You can do that unlimited times.
Yeah.
But,
so let me give you a scenario. I go on there, I buy $1,000 of GRC, and it hit. I pay the 8% tax, right?
Yes.
And then I turn around and I sell it, and so out of $1,000, you're looking at $80 in, and then a little less coming out because I already got hit with the first 8%. When I do that, you're saying that the BUSD is distributed to those wallets on both of the entry and the exit of that.
So your BNB that you bought it with, our smart contract, because we have a sellless swapper too, even more tech, we'll do the convert and reward everybody's personal BUSD wallet with funds.
If you're a holder of
GRC, that amount, spread through the group. Correct. But it'll be every time you connect to this dashboard, it'll show you what are your pending rewards. And if you want to claim them, you'll claim them. And they'll go to your BUSD wallet. Correct.
But once you still have to come here to the dashboard and hit the claim button.
Of course. Connect that wallet.
I thought somehow you actually sent the BUSD to the wallets every time someone bought or sold, and I was like, that's insane. Especially coming from the world of Ethereum, where the fees would be the price of a small house in one day.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Some of the old wallets that would do this on the actual native token, where it doesn't matter because they have gajillion of them. But every single time that it distributed those, it would end up, costing the community a couple of dollars, as opposed to everybody individually a cent when they want.
Is it possible for one person to hit the claim button, pay the fee, and for everyone to get paid?
No. It's just attached to that wallet.
Individual wallet. So you don't have to give Gold Rush Casino or this website permission to your wallet.
No, it's pretty simple. So you got your wallet, you're on Metamask, you go on the browser, you get on the DApp. Once you connect, it's already going to accumulate how much GRC you have in your wallet in here. And then once it has that total, it knows based on the holding size what kind of rewards you've accumulated. And then you'll see that where it says pending rewards. Now, that pending rewards will grow if you don't touch it. Now, at any time, you can access that by just clicking the claims button. So we don't tell you when you can, how you can. It's all up to you. But in most cases, from what I'm understanding, most of our holders tend to keep it. And if they do pull it out, it's every couple of weeks. So they pay a small gas fee and they take their BUSD rewards, do whatever they want with it.
That's really cool.
They just turn around and buy more GRC.
So the smart contract automatically charges the 8% tax in and out of the GRC token, correct?
That's correct. It happens automatically.
Okay, great. And there's no way for anyone to go and change the 8% amount.
The contract originally when it was written, the token was supposed to have 10% in and 15% out. And on top of it, there was a 2% increased capacity on the in, only if it was needed for marketing. So it does have the capacity to go up to 12 and 15, but we're not going to do it. So we decided to start with 8 at the, closer to launch. Crypto changed again, and so we wanted to stay up with the trend. We wanted to really offer our people, the latest and the greatest, as always.
And when you say closer to launch, that's the launch of all the casino games, not just poker.
When we started, we had everything, but just to get people used to what ownership meant and to build frequency, we only opened the poker room because poker was what we called hold the hand ownership, meaning which you sort of had to put a game together. You had to know these people and oftentimes be at that table. Our software offers a lot of tech where, just like the stake platform, there can be live streams into the games, into the rooms, and people are exercising that kind of tech right now. But nonetheless, so we just opened the poker. As of recent, we've opened up the casino, all 22 games. But we had all of it from the beginning. We just didn't want it to be too much. Now that the casino is open, people are understanding what type of ship we were referring to. But in the casino, it's not like that. You don't need to hold their hand. Once they're your player and they go in, they play 24/7, you're earning revenues off of that.
Okay.
High ownership.
You were saying that the tax can be raised as high as 12% in and 15% out. What caps it at that rate and keeps it from going up higher than that?
The contract has limitations.
Mm-hmm. And can the contract be? Is the contract locked?
The contract, the tokens or the liquidity is locked. The contract itself is not locked. If I wanted to, I could go in and do it.
I'm sorry, immutable. Is the contract immutable?
Pausable? No pause. You can't pause it. That was the benefit that I was hesitant, but believed in the ability that it was set up in a means that could endure the test of time and allow administration to be adaptable and flexible as needed with how we saw crypto to be coming. So no, you can't pause it. It's going, but it's been well thought of. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't pause it. I think we should be able to pause these things, but then that's a big no-no too.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So those percents have the ability to be changed. Does anything else have the ability to be changed when it comes to the payout or earning the BUSD rewards?
No, and nothing will change on this. It'll always stay 8 in, 8 out.
And again,
Okay.
when we refer to taxes, most people in crypto, of course, they don't like taxes because they just don't know where it's going. If they did take the time and look into our project, that those taxes were not designed for the company. Those taxes were designed for the holder. We created this version of the crypto to give the holder an incentive to hold. And we made it in BUSD because it's a stable token and this is not going to fluctuate. So the person is always going to have gains. So when we also talk about our taxes, I do want to emphasize that the majority, when I say majority, 75% of that is going to the actual holder, and the small percentage that does go to the business is to be able to keep up.
That's on these pie charts right here, isn't?
I even like to add
back here to these pie charts. This is showing how that tax, the 8% buy and the 8% sell, this is where that 8% tax is going, correct?
I mean, it's really simple. If you go back to the DApp, we're not even using any of the funds here, not for the software, not for anything. The software and all the marketing was paid for prior to launch, prior to any investor dollar coming in. If you look at the DApp, out of that 8% in and 8% out, 2% goes to auto liquidity. That again benefits the holders. And the other 2% feeds the marketing wallet, which has 5.8 BNB in there, and it hasn't been touched. And so, everything, all the taxes, if we turn them off, then there'd be no rewards. So as a token, as administration, as all my wallets, everybody knows of them. We haven't made one cell of a skin of a bean. And so we have no need to. This is our business. We have a much longer path in mind. But our holders are in safe hands. Our mission statement at the top of our website states that, our promise, our vision, our mission is to offer people a safe, a fair, and a trustworthy experience when dealing in cryptocurrency.
I was headed there when we started this. I was trying to get here to the learn about the Cryptopreneur 8.
Yeah.
That's where I was headed before we got derailed. But that's good because we answered a lot more of the questions I have down here. So let me jump in here to the 8 steps every investor should know. And you came up with this, Jerry?
So a little backstory on this. In the beginning, and if you scroll up to the top, it's every bit of info on this is good. And by the way, our site, because we are on a global platform, if you do click that little translate button on the side, 22 different languages, like the 22 games in our casino.
It's on the bottom right.
The bottom right.
Oh, right here to translate.
Yeah.
And then
So you can translate this into other languages.
Yeah,
22 languages.
So, in the beginning, like a lot of people had no clue. Was just, and then a lot of people like to stay safe in the blue chip. They think they bought a couple bits of Bitcoin. Now they're into crypto or whatnot. We really went to the depths down into BSC where there was the real, the moonshot opportunities. But with risk, with reward comes the risk, and just getting served left and right. Couldn't catch a break for the life of me. And I wasn't going to give up. Statistics say about 80%, 90% of the people that get into crypto get served up right, turn around, never come back. The 20% left, try it for another year, maybe 5% is left, and so on and so forth. But I figured that like a lot of other mental exercises, safe to write yourself a letter or a little something and keep it in mind. So this was just like 8 steps I decided to write and really just read it every time before I started. And after a while, it just really started to make sense. And then this has been really fire. Everybody who's read this, seen it, it's really made sense. But
do you mind if I read this opening paragraph here? I was going to let you go and present this, but my microphone is a lot better.
You go for it.
Just going to say, mental note: never rush. Always be calm and control. If you're rushing in to get on a last-second pink sale, you are already Saleh.
Pink Saleh.
Those are the fake ones.
That's the last second, right?
Yeah, those are the last second people that rush and jump onto fake sites and they purchase something and they don't know what they purchased, and then there goes their tokens.
It's
there goes their money.
The endorphins in your head, the dopamine, you're getting that kick, you can't see.
The FOMO.
Yeah, you're clicking.
Oh yeah,
firing off beans.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to continue here. Crypto projects will never make you rush. Your time to get in comfortably will always be properly designed by the project owners and developers. Your entry point rests on your time, involvement in projects, and researchability. The more time spent in good communities, your knowledge of upcoming trends in the market, and your ability to find these projects in the early stages will significantly affect your potential within the space.
That's it, by the way.
Makes a little more sense. That curbs a lot of the panic selling and the FOMO buying for a lot of people.
That's
if you take that kind of perspective.
That's crypto. Yeah, that's crypto. that paragraph right there, in my opinion, and you can transpose that to a lot of just investments. But this 8 steps is now the crypto part.
Mm-hmm.
And
And so
so
number one, make sure the project is real, which there, like you said earlier, there's a lot of projects that they're just a website and a marketing team, and that's about it. There's really no code, no development. They might throw out a flashy white paper and a roadmap, but again, those are usually just promises. There's no actual work being done. Number two, understand the project. Number three, know your community. Number four, understand the roadmap. Number five, understanding the tokenomics, which we'll get into that in just 1 second. And then six, understand liquidity. So if you don't understand liquidity, then you should not be in crypto. It's a lifeblood of the project. Without proper liquidity, your investment is not redeemable. Many projects that fail often involved the improper use of liquidity or the outright theft of it. Know the person in the project who's holding the liquidity. They must be the owners and trustful individuals. And that goes on to determine your strategy. So I'm assuming that's DCAing in and taking profits out, right? And then trust your decision.
um,
So
I'll run through them a little bit
go for it.
better. But yeah, when you go to make sure the project is real, it's really about identifying the owners, know who the developers are, the entire team, their relationships. If they're a real project, they will all be doxxed. They'll be able to contact. A genuine team has no issues with being transparent. Be cautious of groups who hide and display deceptive practices. Just like you guys said, we can't see his face. We don't like that. This is new. A lot of people didn't understand that before. Though the space is founded on anonymity, investing requires confidence. You need to truly have the same confidence you need in anything in life. You need to understand the project. All projects require a purpose. They can't be an idea. They have to have an active utility, or you're just throwing your money in a wishing well with them. The functions need to be able to sustain themselves. Don't be fooled by influencers or marketing. If the utility is not present and the team doesn't have the capacity to ever do this, then it's not going to happen. Many times the promise doesn't come, and the team can't even do as they claim, even if you gave them all the money. So, and then know the community. This is really important too. You have to spend time in the groups. Those around you in these groups, sometimes those are the ones you're left with in the trenches. They're the ones who take the shrapnel with you. I love that. I love saying that to people. But talk to those who know more about you, about the project. They've been there longer. Sometimes they know more about the team than the team wants known. The people in there are important because you guys are really investing in yourselves in every community. Everybody's money is in there. When somebody wins, a couple of people are left at the bottom who are really going to become good friends in this. There's a reason to that. So moving on, understand the roadmap. The team has to see a long road. If they can't really see a clear long road ahead, they don't have ideas right now, they're not going to make them along the way. They're probably going to make the wrong ones. This shouldn't deter you from the project, but understand where they're coming from at least so you can determine your strategy. Now, understand the tokenomics. In blue chip, the higher chip tokens, there isn't really tokenomics, but in different multi-chains or different chains, BSC specifically, tokens do take taxes. And, like ours, we hold 2% of it. We don't touch it. The project keeps going. We keep doing things. So things like that speak for themselves, but, know what's happening with these taxes. It's important. Know that they're not going to one person or that the team is winning because of them. Devs don't need their own personal wallet. Understand the liquidity. Obviously, you did a great job in reading that, but that's it.
Now going back to the tokenomics of GRC, what are the tokenomics? Because basically, the game in crypto is how do you get more people to buy than sell to get the number to go up? Like how do you close the loop and incentivize holding and buying versus selling and dumping?
So people buy I believe, a token because they believe in the community. They believe that they're going to make a gain. Now, whether you buy GRC and hold it has nothing to necessarily do with you playing in the casino. People who have bought GRC have held it. They've experienced the rewards in BUSD. They've done whatever they wanted to with the BUSD. And when that morning came where those gains were too much to take, they made and they left. And that's the beauty of crypto. And now they'll never be able to purchase that many units at that price again, and so on and so forth. And the rewards are there, and every time those sales happen, the community ultimately wins a generous, significant amount of the USD rewards.
So to add to that question you were asking, how do you close that loop of getting people to sell and be holders? Is again, it's that little double-edged sword that we face with the tokenomics, and that being is I understand people don't like to pay taxes in any form, the real life or crypto space, and that's pretty much what I think crypto is designed to make that tax possible. But any new company starting is going to need to have something to a company to to answer direct your question. How do we hold them? How do we stop them from selling? You can't, but we can incentivize them by making it a reward that they're going to get that they have access to, and that reward doesn't come in form of our token. That reward comes in form of a stable coin. So you basically treat this thing like a dollar, and once this thing does major volume, you can make money from it.
Right. Appreciate that. And I've got the roadmap pulled up right here. Have you guys been able to hit most of these for 2024?
Overachieved them. I mean, before we finished out this year, we're ahead of ourselves, as we've been.
The majority of this stuff was designed to give somebody that's going to come in at a quick glance, try to get as much information. But prior to even launching, we had everything in place. We didn't rely on investor money to build the project itself. So we had the casino, we had the DApp, we had our website, we had everything in place to where when we did get this project going, nobody was going to wait. A lot of the previous projects that I've been on that typically had a great hype in the beginning and could have been an amazing project is the over promise and under deliver. And they didn't have a use case, they didn't have a utility. It was just, in the future tense conversations. And they didn't meet those standards. People got bored and they left, and the coin tanked. The project couldn't lift itself. We decided to do something different. We ponied up. It was all of our money. It was just, Jerry and I really went full crypto on this. And we wanted to show the community that we were different. And the only way we can do that is by showing them different. We didn't want to keep them waiting. We wanted to show them that our utility makes money. Of course, there's a growth factor. We're not a juggernaut. We didn't jump into this with millions of dollars in marketing. We're not influencers. But at the end of the day, we're honest businessmen that know how decentralized systems work. And, we don't feel like we're behind or, ahead of anything. We're on schedule. We're doing things right, and we have the ability to scale up too. So that was the other thing we wanted to do slowly, is to give ourselves the ability to scale up.
Okay. So like I said, these 4 on Q1 through 4 in 2022 are checked off. It looks like 2023, you've got create the GRC NFTs, and then international partnerships expansion plan, introduce MYC, which I believe is at the metaverse.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
then
do that
the
space.
MV project of 2023. What's the MV project?
That's the Metaverse project.
Okay,
That,
so those
that's
both have to
getting
do with creating a presence on the metaverse.
correct. Yeah, that picture that you see on our website, that's going to be pretty much the entrance to the metaverse. You know, if you do want to show it, that there's people in the foreground that are looking at the metaverse itself. So that is in place. We will be able to achieve that.
Oh, okay. Now,
Yeah.
if it, let's say, for instance, next year the metaverse doesn't promise or doesn't meet its expectations, are you guys? What would be your plan B for not if the metaverse doesn't pan out the way that people think it will?
Well, you know, I mean, in most cases, we want to make sure that when we're writing things, we're delivering them in a timely manner. Um, in any aspect of life, if there's going to be any hiccups, you know, we'll be honest and truthful about everything. But we don't anticipate any of those glitches because we're already working on it.
Mhm. And there's 1 billion of the GRC tokens. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the distribution of those tokens earlier, you said that you guys had some locked up providing liquidity for exchange on Pancake Swap,
15%.
15%. And then out of
Well,
the, was there an OA or a source address that also was gifted some of these tokens on launch?
no. A
Okay.
source address like Team Wallet or something like that? No.
Okay.
There was no Team Wallets. There was seed wallets. They're locked for a year. Those were original investors. They released in 1 year. They were like 0.5, was it 0.5%? Either way. They released in a year, 25% at a time every 24 days. So 1 year and 96 days later, they would release. Um, okay, we're back on the screen. They would release, and so, but everything else is open season. You know, you buy it, you sell it. It's
So those 1 billion or the 85%, they're all liquid currently.
no, 50% is
50% are
locked up.
liquid.
No, 50% is locked up on Pancake Swap or not, and Pink Sale, waiting to be distributed as that roadmap suggests. So the next one to go is that 10% to start the official play to earn programs that the team is putting together, and you know people will be able to exercise the play to earn system in the casino, and you know so on and so forth as the white
Oh,
paper.
okay. So this is the one right here. This is the pie graph explaining where the billion tokens are. With the purple being the 15, or sorry, the 15% that's the liquidity paired, right?
So
And then
at the start, what that was showing is how the rewards are being distributed to. They're very efficient. This is truly the latest and greatest of smart contracts. We pride ourselves by. Matt is the smart contract fully doxed, and also my partner and inventor of True DeFi, Smart Swapper. Um, so the rewards are separated. In a lot of other contracts, people wouldn't realize that rewards are going to every token holder unless this wallet is locked. And so actually the people who hold and who are actively out there are receiving these rewards. The part of the token that isn't being used is not receiving rewards. So it's a better efficiency. It's a better margin for the holders. But 50% of so 500 million of it is locked away and it'll be used as, you know, as suggested or as necessary. But what's out there is out there. It's either in Pancake Swap and the swapper ready to be purchased, or people are holding it.
mhm. So it looks like there was a 10% seed round, and that's like seed investors, correct? When you guys were putting this together.
I think 10% seed round, 7% private sale, and you know, with the pink sale and the paired LP, that's another 30%. But that's what's out there purchased and being traded.
Okay,
And
and so those percentages equal 47.5% of the billion tokens, correct?
two and a half got moved down the stretch when we finally set into the first month, so it's 50-50 now.
Oh, okay. So 50% of them are distributed as it says here. And what is the pink sale?
So we launched on Pink Sale. Technically, we had the tech. We have our own swapper. You have the option of buying directly through our swapper, which helps the chart and the
Okay, so
community.
that's like OTC. So you're not pushing the price against yourself on Pancake Swap. Is that correct?
It alleviates the chart of those nasty liquidity swap cells. And now, that tech has gone further. There's an actual exchange that allows any token to come and host liquidity and purchase through that exchange. You'll be able to alleviate your chart of those sales. But yes, ours has that. But then to go a step further and to people were weary at that time of those things, and we were a new project coming out, so we still gave them the confidence of the Pink Sale platform and the Pancake Swap option.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so 15% on Pancake, 15% peak sale, and then 7.5% is private sell. So the private sell, those are already sold. Is that correct?
Private sale was just before the Pink Sale, the official fair launch of the Pink Sale. But
Okay.
the token distribution was still fair. The fair launch determined the price. It was that was a new system at that time. It was popular, but it did create a unilateral fairness in a sense, where we rewarded early the seed round holders with 20% more, and the private sale holders with 10% more. So it didn't create a drastic difference out there. And our coin launched. I thought it did exceptional. We experienced, unfortunately, what naturally occurs, which is necessary in the organic movement. And it didn't destroy us. It was just in the hands of a couple people. We're down to our core diamond hand holders. We have a nice, strong, small community, but looking to grow it, definitely.
Awesome. And then the second distribution, the other 50% here, it says you got the 0.5% HR giveaways. Or what does HR stand for?
So, in the white paper and obviously in the strategy, we do have, as frequency increases, as the community grows, we do have giveaways, a lot of competitions, a lot of play to earn campaigns ready to roll out. Now, that's going to be done obviously through the 300 free roll. You see, 30% of the project was intended, but very conservatively here. That's not going to be just thrown out, I assure everybody. Then at that time, to grow the team, there is a certain allotment. Those are really caps, is what you're seeing. 5% would be capped to pay the teams. This is through its growth cycles, not right now. Right now, we're a small, strong, tight knit team. Everybody's working just off of their passions. There aren't paid positions we're offering at this point, but that a lot of what you see there is just breaking down the caps we've allotted on ourselves. I believe it's 2.5% max is what gets positions. 5% is the max on what gets paid to teams through all of that. We do have up to 30%, but that's over the course of a 5-year layout. So that's not just going out. So believe me, in any crypto project, you're banking on the team, you're banking on leadership, and you're banking on the community coming together and really making this thing happen in the long run. We are a community-driven project, and leadership doesn't moonlight their position, meaning which we don't have day jobs. This is what we do. GRC is our day and night job. I'll be honest with you, crypto takes a lot, and we're ready to put it in.
And I'm sorry, what was the 30%, the free roll 300? Is that like a jackpot or a giveaway?
No, over the course of time in the ecosystem, the math worked out in a true decentralized fashion to ultimately, let the holders benefit from the the potential that a project has when it gives away 30% of itself, but in a strategic way to onboard new players, to generate new buys. A lot of this is come in and tell a friend, come in and tell a friend. So, there is a member acquisition fee in the industry. And so a lot of that is described in that figure. But
And as I'm reading these progress bars right here, it says seed round 10%. So is this meaning that there's a
all
certain amount
that
of that seed round that's liquid, or?
all of those were figures that were just relevant in the beginning. The
Mhm.
project now, BSC scan shows the holders and what they hold.
And those seed round, see, we mentioned earlier, they're locked. They don't. They're not accessible for a year and 96 days. And when they do get unlocked, they don't get unlocked 100%. They get unlocked 25% every 24 days. So even that's been put on a point where it's like, I hate to use this word, but it's like it's an anti-dump mechanism. But all of those are invested partners. These are the people that see the Gold Rush Casino as their company. These aren't people that are, just I have money, I want to put it in here and just see what it is. We're like the beginning of Apple and Google, man.
But yeah, those are locked basically.
So I guess I'm still wondering how much of the 100 billion is liquid, and how much of the, I'm sorry, 1 billion. How much of the 1 billion is liquid, and how much of the billion is still yet to be uh, released?
50% is yet to be released.
Okay, and that like you said goes along with the roadmap down here. Some of these events, correct?
Yeah. Next set is 10% will come out, go to the casino wallet, and start setting up the play to earn and some of these other, we with the addition of new coins, we'll have to strap up new liquidity pools and so on and so forth. So 40% will get locked back up, 10% will come back out, go to the casino wallet, start being advertised. But all of this is in the hands of leaders. 100%, it's not in the hands of some developer in another country that we don't know of, or none of that garbage. None.
Right.
Everybody works here locally, paycheck every week, that type of deal.
Awesome. Now, let's see here. Try to cross off some of these questions I have written down so I don't miss them. There we go. So fees on BSC, they seem pretty reasonable compared to Ethereum.
Pennies.
Like pennies compared. Well, it's kind of like Ethereum used to be, right?
I mean, if Ethereum is gas, this is literally beans, and you're throwing a couple beans to make that.
Yeah,
it's
that's
7
right.
cents, 11 cents. I think I've seen 51 cents. I was like, wow, that's a lot to move.
Yeah, I think it ranges from 25 to like $1, maybe, depending on the network. 25 cents to $1.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And you guys wanted to go over the utility and the purpose of the coin as well, besides the tokenomics. So you guys were stating that you want people to be able to not only enjoy the gaming, but take advantage of basically running their own casinos and their own businesses in within your platform. Is that the utility and the purpose?
Derek?
I'll go ahead and answer that. So as far as the utility and the purpose, I wouldn't go as far as saying running their own casino, but they definitely can run their own poker table. That's the distinction there. People can come in, whether you're a person that likes hosting your own game, you have a weekly poker game that you do at your house, or something like that, or if you have a community in crypto that you want to bring together and see, if you have poker players, we can arrange a table with your logo, where we can put you in the forefront of our platform to invite our entire community as well as your community to come and join your game. And through a partnership between the host, being yourself, for example, and us, we collect a rake. That rake gets split amongst the host and the GRC, and I could go into a little bit more detail into what that entails, but pretty much it's an opportunity for someone to be able to create this sense of financial freedom if that's something that they're interested in, by at the same time adding a utility to certain communities that or coins that may otherwise not have one. So that just gives you a little bit, as far as how the GRC platforms can be used. At this time, we don't have it where you can set up your own casino per se, but we do definitely have things in place that we are working on that will incentivize you to bring people in to the casino, if you are, an active GRC member.
Sorry, I was muted there for a second. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let me jump on and do a share screen with, right now you guys have the poker tables that are live, and you guys have the demo that is, well, it's a demo, right? So you're not doing real money on the table games. Let me pull that up and really quick here and share the screen with you guys, because people can actually come in here and sorry, go ahead.
Little clarification. The poker is live. It does accept BUSD, and you can play it. And we do run active games weekly. The casino, the 22 games, that's what's on the demo version right now. So if you go to the actual poker room, we can sit down and play. This is
I was just going to show them the demo version really quickly, how they can get on here and use the faucet. So if you come here, you sign in to the demo, which is demo.grcbsc.com. You can sign in here, and this I've already got the token or the faucet up here, but I believe you click the settings cog. Is that correct?
You click the chip next to the dollar amount, and there you go.
There you go. So we have transactions, deposits, and withdrawals, and then the faucet. So every 48 hours, you can claim some free casino credits here.
And we'll be starting games and competitions using this system.
Say that again.
We'll be starting campaigns and competitions for that play to earn using this system, where your credits and what you earn and how you play. Because if you go down, there is a leaderboard, and it does sort of run stats, and we do have ways of making this really fun.
And there's that.
There's a proof of it explains how it all works.
So do these actually translate into GRC tokens yet, or they will in the future?
No. Let me allow me to clarify. So right now, this is just a demo, just to get our community members and people that are getting familiar with the project to come in and really test it out. There is no coin value or dollar value to the fauceted coins. However, it is our intention through this type of system to create like a Casino Royale, where you can come in if you're a GRC holder, and much like staking is, you can have an opportunity to, as a holder, come in, claim your tokens, play, and if you're one of the top people in profits for the week, you can earn GRC as a result of that with no risk other than holding GRC. That's what's going to be coming in the future with the play to earn.
Yeah, this is not a good hand that I got.
So, no, it is. It's not bad.
It's all right. We're gonna have to hit that.
Try it.
Let's hit it. Nah, busted.
and it works on PC and phones, iPhones, Androids. It's all available. So there's no limitations there.
Try the horse racing. Plus, I have a book coming. A lot in store.
Yeah, I might actually start doing a little bit more of this blackjack with my group instead of doing this insane card game that I've been doing lately. But 14 against the 2. I'm just gonna stand, sit this, and then after this we'll jump over to. There we go. That's what we wanted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Two's always tricky.
Yeah, it's always
Try the horse racing. Go to the horse racing.
So the horse
Click
racing.
click the pig and the wolf. Yeah.
Okay,
Go down third track. Yeah, there you go. Horse racing. The first one on the third row.
right here. Boom.
It's fun. This is one of my favorite games.
Do I have to spray a water nozzle at a target to get my horse to run faster?
No, not in this one. That's circus. So pick one. You gotta pick a winner, pick a place, and pick a show.
A winner, a place in the show. Okay, so I'm just gonna guess on one of these horses, right?
Yeah, pick a winner.
Place and show. Okay, so is that on each of these separate horses that you
Anyone.
pick one?
No, anyone.
You can pick a horse to be in any of the positions or one of the positions, however you see.
I gotta say, I like Easy D, Easy DZ right here. So I would just
No, go to that. Yeah, no, that first one to the right, all the way to the right.
Oh, right here on the 2.4 or to the up.
That one, click that.
Okay, so I'm betting five chips on this guy right here. Oh, so this is kind of like roulette where you can put a little bit more money on different horses, right?
Exactly.
And your odds are next to them.
Okay. And this is, I'm guessing, based on how many times these horses have won in the past.
It's a random generator.
Okay. So I'm just gonna bet that and then place.
Yep.
Let's see, win and then place.
No, you gotta pick different ones. Or either way, you can pick one to do all three too. So yeah, there you go. You can pick one. It's gonna do one of them.
Well, we've got the Truffle Pig of Crypto up here.
That's me.
We're gonna have to put some money on that guy for place, right?
Put some money on that guy.
Put some money on that guy. And then we got Elephant Etchy here. So let's and show. What does show mean?
Third place.
Okay, so win,
second,
and third. So win, place, and show is first, second, and third.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Well, I've picked those three horses. I think that Truffle is going to come in second. Elephant Etchy. So let's hit play and see how these. Look at them go.
There's going. They're gonna make it a move.
Wow.
Look at
Truffle's coming out.
Brown Sugar's kicking ass.
And Elephant Techie is coming.
Boom. Okay. So I won 8.25, but I'm still down. I bet 15. So, man, we're gonna have to.
You won with Truffle Pig to show.
It's not bad. It was Truffle. I should have just bet it all on Truffle Pig.
All in on Truffle.
All in on Truffle Pig.
Okay, cool. It's really supposed to be just fun, and it's not supposed to be long, just quick little. But it to really just to create interaction, man. I mean, a space where people can come together and have fun.
And when this thing opens up for actual play, all of those figures will be changed to industry standards. So right now you're not seeing the payout you should and things of that nature. Because for 15 in, you should have seen a payout closer to like 100, 120 on a place. But nonetheless, right now these are being set up for the campaigns and the games that we're going to be playing when it's really working on a free credit system. But so a little backstory. I work. I'm the owner of, with my partner, software management and development company, which that game is one of our prized possessions. We've managed that for people, in different regions under different licenses. We've seen that thing work to real capacities. And so this is its expression in blockchain and crypto. And so it'll see many evolutions.
Okay, so
But
now we got to the good place. I switched from the demo games over to
this is the poker room now.
So this is the poker room, and this is live with real BUSD.
So this is open, yeah. This is real deal right now.
Now, am I going to piss them off by taking too long? Because
No.
these are real people, right?
Yeah, but I mean they're in house. They're helping you with this demo right now.
Oh, and there's a timer, so they don't have to wait too long, anyways. Now, I don't know anything about poker, but I've got
Go all in.
the king and the queen.
Go all in. Try your luck.
Go all in.
So hit that bet button. So just call it right now.
Okay,
Call it.
call.
Oh, you lost it. But they'll show you. They'll do a demo. Oh, you folded. You're out the lobby.
Did it kick me out into the lobby?
Yeah, but you can go back in. This
Okay.
just shows leaderboards and who's got what and what's going on.
And these are the 3 tables available right now, correct?
Just public tables. Those are some of the communities we have that are using their own, they're bringing their community in and using the platform and really having a good time, generating their own games, collecting their own community pots, and just doing their thing. Private tables, tournament tables, things of that nature.
I spent a lot of this stream focusing very carefully on what you guys are saying because your audio is horrible. But I feel like I've neglected chat. So if you're in chat and you're waiting for me to get to your question, your concern, or just your joke and meme, I apologize. Let's go through some of the things you want people to know about the poker table, and then we'll jump into chat. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, so let me jump back here to the poker table. And sorry, so this is under poker.grcbsc.com. And what I've done is I actually connected a Metamask wallet, and I put the Metamask wallet on the BSC network. And then you have to have some BNB, just like you have to have Ethereum on the Ethereum network, right?
Correct.
And then you got the GRC tokens, but these are not the GRC tokens. These are our BUSD stable coins.
This is $5. Yeah, this is BUSD.
Yeah. And so when someone comes in here, what would you like to show me? We've got the cashier portal, right?
Well,
so
if you go to
that open, that'll give you a pin.
First, go to your profile.
Okay. Here's my profile right here.
Yeah. If you go to your profile, this is going to give you all your breakdown. And then when you take a look, there's a PIN code.
Right down here.
Yeah. And now because we're just doing a little more of a software update, this is just kind of not going to generate something for you.
Mm-hmm.
But how it works is you have that PIN code. And then once you have your PIN code, you go to that cashier portal, right? In that area, you're going to basically put your PIN code in there. And then when you log in, it's going to give you the option of sending in BUSD. We'll have a wallet address that you'll send BUSD in. We got to know who it is to give you a payout. So once you win and you're done for, let's say you got your winnings and you want to go to the attendant and you just request, say, hey, cash me out, and then they'll cash you out.
And this is the attendant in the lower left right here, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So if I open this up right here, I would say cash me out, or like just barely. You guys said we were going through some software changes, and my PIN code didn't work. So I could click down here on the chat box and say, "Hey, my PIN's not working," and they would walk me through.
Correct.
Making sure I could put some BUSD if I wanted to play with real BUSD at the poker table.
Correct. Yeah, and we did this a little bit manually in the beginning for a couple of reasons. For us to be able to scale, because we just want to make sure how we're moving forward, and as well as if there is any little glitch. I don't know, man, I'm not the most techiest guy, but everything has a little bit of a glitch here and there. So it just gave us time to recognize it and fix it immediately, before there was any, we don't want anybody to lose here, you know what I mean? And we want to identify it when it happens. But eventually, this will be all automated. But the customer service, the attendant will always be live.
Okay. You put this down here so I can go to the home screen. Or actually, what I want to go into a lobby.
Yeah, if you go to the lobby, that's going to take you to the poker rooms. If you click on the other tables, those are different communities that they hold their own games, so they have their own logos.
So
They're
this is
active communities.
Queen of Crypto has a table here.
Correct.
And
And
so Queen of Crypto, does she pay money to get sponsored to have her own table here?
well, we work different ways with all of our members, only because some are more active, some they're not as active, so we want to incentivize that. There
Yeah.
is a process to this. We do want you to be a holder of GRC. We do want you to have interaction with your community because we are giving you a platform to share incentive. And in just to be fair, if your community doesn't have a utility, we can give you one. So this will give you an area to generate and stimulate income or revenue for both areas, for both parties. But yes, so based on how active you are, we can always work out something for you. You know, you have a huge community, then we want to make sure that you get all the benefits, and we're
Yeah.
going to reward you.
Right. I mean, I'm fairly new to this community, but I mean, not to brag, but we have 14 people watching. That's a pretty big deal, right?
Awesome.
And then if you take I also hold, thanks to you guys, $150 worth of GRC to give away. So, I mean, I would say that I'm kind of the whale you're looking for. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, you're in that alley where, because can I be honest? It's one knows one. That's how communities grow. Nobody is asking anybody to bring over a herd. If you can, that's awesome. There's a place for you here too. But you have to tell somebody. You have to feel comfortable with us. There's no better version of giving somebody comfort coming from word of mouth, and typically those are going to be people you know
Okay,
so,
okay. So,
so
and here we can take a seat. It says
yep.
hide cards. Was I supposed to hide my cards the last time? Was I showing everyone my cards?
Well,
Or are you saying hide from the screen?
if you do hide your cards, then it would not show your cards on the screen.
Oh, okay. So that's for people that are paranoid about screen capture or cameras or something like that.
No, that would be like to show at the end of the round, when everybody is whoever's playing that shows, they have the ability to either throw their cards away, not show, or they show their cards to see who else is on the table, kind of thing.
Okay, so that's putting the other players at a disadvantage that are trying to pay attention to which cards have been played already.
It's a very common thing. This is kind of like how it works. It's really not. There's no right or wrong to it. It's just it's your personal preference if you want to. Now, if you're in the hand, then you have to show. But if you're not, then it just automatically folds it for you.
Okay. And here's the lobby. Now, I'm gonna stop sharing for just a second. Let's hit the people in chat that have been here and suffered through the audio and not being able to see Derek Z's beautiful face. They've been real troopers this stream. I really appreciate you guys. Let's run through some chat here really quickly, and then we're gonna play some hands of poker here and see if you guys can help me just to get a little bit better. We're gonna start here with Davis. It says God mode allowed them to see the the other players on the poker. Yeah, that was the software that let the casino see what everyone was playing. Bankman's account was a dude who helped a former poker site owner to gouge their players. So that's what I was thinking about. Depends on which side of the mode you're playing and maybe what kind of god. That's funny. Hex hodls in the house. I seen someone with under 1% chance take the pot. Crazy. Moondog, I haven't heard anything hair raising yet personally, but my sniffer says vigilant, buy of for the peeps. And here's this is the correct contract address for the GRC token, so you guys don't get stuck with another one. Torrens in the house. Davis, he says, ouch. He holds all the keys. I'm out. He should have at least have multi-sig. Yeah. So does Truffle, the pig of Truffle Pig, does if something were to happen to you, unfortunately, or what would happen to the keys that you hold? Do you have an idea or I don't know, board of trustees or a plan B?
My developer, who he was part of writing the contract and also setting up this fail-safe, would have the ability to step in and take over. They're not lost. The company has planned for that, but as far as having the ability to take the liquidity and run off with it, you're ultimately trusting somebody in every project.
Okay.
Unfortunately, here it's me.
People are worried about you if you get rent attacked, the $5 rent attack. CZQ's in the house. Good to see you, bud. Says, I was offering the relevant mechanics our math, previous comment, but I am glad we co-created a conversation about admin keys, responsibilities, etc. Everyone's open, considerate, and discernment. I like that. Francis Powell sent a request. Davis says, I like Hex better. Moondog says, translation for the fee not being to a reflective token. They aren't fractionally pumping their own assets like some bankmen have been known to, allegedly. So translation for the fee not being a reflective token. I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys?
No, what does that mean? They are fractionally pumping their own token.
David just bought more Hex.
That's awesome. Believe me, that we're not the end all be all, and this iGaming and casino isn't for everybody.
Yeah, Moondog says winners here. Oh, go ahead. It says, no need to move GRC to claim BUSD. Connect wallet to the DApp. So that DApp did have a swap inside of it, correct?
Yeah, as soon as you connect the wallet that has the GRC in it, it'll notice it and it'll pop up how much you have to claim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Yeah, and then claim. Yep, there we go. Jim Rat crypto token. No, this is the Gold Rush Casino token. Once South Park is quoted, I get nervous.
There's actually a really good community out there, the South Park community.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of good guys. Where are they at? Up in Canada?
Yep.
Moondog says fees are like closing costs for a house. A physical asset many use as a speculative instrument to generate yield. Having fees for transaction ownership interests for a blockchain asset can be reasonable. And then Jay just says, especially when the quote sounds like it came from Kenny. Did that quote come from Kenny?
No, that was probably for the mumbling. He's probably making comments to the bad mic reference.
Yeah. If it's a good asset with good market fit for the owner and end user, my 10 cents, my 2 cents are free. My nuance, so and forth. Moondog's got a lot. He's a complicated fellow, but he's got a good soul. What's up, Hexkin? Tim Top in the house. I figured the Jim Rat crypto token would be a reflection token. I think they're talking about his narcissism. He does work out. That guy probably looks in the mirror more than my girl. I'm sorry your girl doesn't look at you in your bucket face anymore. David says 8. I feel like I'm watching an episode of Chris Hansen to catch a predator. Yeah, wow. Tax tokens not my thing. Degen's gonna degen, but they deserve love too. Just don't leave them in charge of your budget without supervision, at least.
I'm not getting what's happening. I'm not understanding. are they saying that, the GRC isn't necessarily, it's just one, it's like if you go into a cooler in a liquor store, there's so many different kinds of drinks. You end up grabbing what you're into. That's all crypto projects are. Nobody nobody can have all of them, and nobody's really into all of them either. They all have different purposes. Sometimes taxes aren't appreciated, but here we give it all back to the people. So it gives people a reason to hold. And at the same time, when people sell, they're at least they leave a little behind. The beauty is our project has liquidity, so you can sell it and make money. And people have, and people will continue to. But a lot of people feel better sometimes holding, a lot of a coin and just that hope. But they're a part of a big community and they really love the experience and the camaraderie. I like to say, um, everybody has their own passions and their own explanations, but as a cryptopreneur, you'd be able to explain why your project isn't what you claim others are. You'd be an individual who had, statements, not just claims.
Right.
And I love, Hex is a great community. I think that it's an amazing gathering of people. I've seen the Hex community do stuff like burning a token or sacrificing a token or something like that. GRC, that's crazy. That'd be like blasphemy around here. GRC.
So there, the 1 billion supply of tokens, that's total. There's no inflation coming in the token, correct?
Like it making more of itself or it just doing some crazy stuff. No, it's an actual,
There's a limit.
it's an actual token. There's a limit. There's a purpose for it. There's an intention. There's a limited amount of space. It can't go forever. It can't have too many owners. It's been determined. So there is a scarcity level involved.
Now, I also do want to mention, a lot of, I understand the hesitancy in new projects. I understand the instability of crypto. Very few are doxed. Very few have a utility. Very few do what they do. We're small. We're not claiming anything. So at the end of the day, we're babies. We want to grow. We're trying to set a standard in the communities. We'd love to be partners with a lot of the cool communities out there and build the future somewhere down the line in crypto. There's a space for everybody. But at the end of the day, we found a niche. We come from hospitality background. We know nightlife. We're here in Los Angeles, so we have a lot of active casinos around us. So we're basically dealing with what we have in our space and bringing it out to the world. And we're good at what we do. We see this thing going to be a decent project in the near future. Just want to give you guys a glimpse of what we have, especially with an active casino that we're not renting. This is ours.
I appreciate that. And like I said, Hexicans are definitely a very protective and skeptical bunch. So I do appreciate. I hope you guys aren't taking offense to some of the things in chat. These, but as I said, this is just a discussion because as Davis says here, 90% of crypto is a scam. So by Hex,
97%, he said.
100.
I didn't say more.
I would say 99.9 based on my experience of chasing altcoins.
Are you guys going to Patrick's cruise? There's like a very exclusive cruise that the Hex community. I don't know if everybody here can even go or is invited.
Is that the one in April, or is that for the birthday party?
I don't know, but it's that Carnival cruise.
Okay, yeah, I believe that one's going to be in April.
In April, nice. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of the X is a great community. I know a lot of the bigger people involved, and I say, kudos to you guys. Keep doing what you do. Believe in your leader, and
we have we were so thrilled to be at the PulseCon event and got to see, all the cool speakers as well as Richard Hart got to come on. I'm really, I love the fact that how crypto was designed. You guys get it. That when you say the Hexicans and the Hex community, that to me says establishment. You guys have made it into the world of crypto because you have the community that believes into the project, and that's what we want to get to, man, to be able to build that kind of following. And in iGaming, I think there's a place for it. And even though this is a complete decentralized world, but when you're running a project, you need somebody to have oversight, and it just can't be a processor.
And
You have
truly,
real eyes.
And Davis, which I love his comments, he says, when Hex makes its new high, you're guaranteed a 20x. So I believe that already Hex has hit. Hex is already 1000x or 100x because of what it's done to its holders. It's given them such an experience, such a show, such an education. I mean, if you think about the minutes that you've spent concerning yourself with Hex in this life, that type of entertainment, or that everything Hex gives you your bang for your buck. So not when it does, it already has. I'm glad you guys are sitting on your moonshot, with the experience that you get in your community, to able to know that you're a verb, you're a hexagon, or you're a noun. That's something big. And so kudos to you guys. I say Hex is moonshotted because of that. The money at this point, it's irrelevant. It'll be around for a long time. So whatever everybody's in, sacrifice it. What does it matter? You're a hexagon. You know what I mean? It's that experience and that show that you really got, that you're getting your money's worth for there.
Definitely. And let's see, what is the current price of GRC right now?
But if you want a 20x, GRC is going to offer 20x. It's already offered people solid 9x, 10x on. We're talking 5, 6 beans. There we've offered money and we pay. We have liquidity. We're there. We fight to keep it in there. Other projects have different ideas on that, but
What was the all-time high of GRC? Did you guys launch before this last bull market?
yeah. Well, we launched in the horrible part, but we got up to 1.8 million, which was a price of 18, or no, we were up there.
So that would be like 3 times higher than right now, correct?
Oh,
3 or
it
more.
got 9x.
What,
From
let me see this. What was the launch date of GRC?
August 15th.
August 15th.
We started August 8th, the fair launch. It went for 88 hours. And then we waited 48 hours or something. And then we launched on like a Monday, UTC, like 12 a.m. And
So that was August what?
August, I think it was 15th or 16th.
August 15th, yeah. And we did, like, when people are dying, we're going up. And it wasn't a scam. It wasn't some fake pump, or it wasn't none of that.
Sorry, that was 2022, correct?
Yeah, just a couple of months ago.
We're not even 88 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, we held a decent chart, for a while, so we didn't have the regular after launch dump and no recovery. We recovered quite well. A couple of the people that did make their big sales, and unfortunately they had their reasons to do it.
2 of them were in the East Coast, the Hurricanes. We knew them too, and what can you say? They had bad times, and Christmas was coming, and they did what they had to do, and we're happy. That's what crypto is for. We're here to make our investors money. Those people believed in us when this was a whisper. Forget looking at a chart. Forget looking at active utility. And so this is crypto. We're all here to gain. But we actually provide it.
Yep.
You don't lose here. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, or whatever you think a mirror is here, you're smiling at yourself.
Let me jump through. I really want to get back to the poker, because I think that's going to kind of what I wanted to show people is what you guys had built, and how people can choose to play with it. We've got Nate Stakes in the house. What's up, Nate Stakes? Good to see you. Davis says this stream is hurting our community, so I'm doing everyone a favor. Well, I appreciate your concern, Davis, but I think it's okay to talk to people from other communities and share what we know, and maybe learn some more from processes, some people that are putting in work during the bear market. David Lee says, from your limited perspective, check your ego. Respect the other's sovereignty by being a good actor, letting them discern for themselves. Appreciate that. Savage Knot, thank you for being here. There's a lot of. I usually don't have a chat that goes this incredibly long, but these guys are having their own Discord within mine. So I'm going to say hi to Dougie Peach. I want to say hi to Adam from Viber Finance. Adam was just complaining that there's very few places on the internet anymore to go and play poker if that's your thing. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, thanks for working hard with Hexray. Appreciate it. And I'm just gonna scroll. If I've read a bunch of your comments, I'm just gonna let the other people in chat enjoy that, because that's literally another 45 minutes of me reading comments. Let's do this. Should I sit at the Queen of Crypto table, or would I already see someone if they were here?
Yeah, you would if you get out and go to
The lobby.
The lobby, yeah. Go to the one there's two people.
Oh, so it says there's two players at board smash, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me take another seat here. There we go. So we'll buy in at the table, and then we're getting dealt right now. Looks like I got a king and a 9. What do I do with the king and a 9, guys? I get to choose whether to check and fold, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So do I click that button right there? I mean, obviously, right now we're waiting for little Richard.
When it's your turn, it'll open up. Why, your community got riled up? We were saying stuff they didn't like.
I think most people are worried about founders and promises and coins that you're trusting your money with. You know, that's our big fear here. So I can fold, call, or I can bet.
You know, the secret to crypto, I believe, in what I've seen from other projects is that, yeah, just like anything that we as humans are used to, people need to gain credibility.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it takes time. People need to. You had something of value and you held it, and you did that responsibly. And we've shown what we can do in 88 days.
Jerry, Simon, I need your help here on the poker table. I have no idea what to do.
You can just check it all the way through, just for
But
fun.
look, you have a good hand. You're on an open-ended. You know,
so I want to hit bet.
Straight.
You can.
I'm gonna bet.
Yeah.
There you go. $2.
There you go. See, you're a jack away.
You need a jack. One jack off today on this one. Right?
All right, it's back to me. So we're waiting on Simon Eyes. That's you, right, Simon? Are you at this table, Simon?
Correct. That's correct.
All right, should I check or should I bet? Bet is like raising, right?
Bet is like you're betting, but yeah, you can bet.
I'm gonna bet. Let's do this. Let's confirm our $2 bet.
Come on, Jack. We need that Jack.
Nice.
So I have no idea what this means now.
That means you have a straight now. That king makes you the high end straight.
So I just need to keep betting, and that's just kind of like raising, like calling his like playing chicken almost, right?
Yeah, correct. You're good. You won. Now you take the pot. And now in that, there would have been a 2% rake or a 3% or a 5%, because if this was your table, you would have determined that rake amount, and you would have gotten half of that for you, for your community, for whatever you wanted. And that's ultimately the partnership utility that we spoke of.
Okay. Now I got a couple of 5s, so can I split those like in blackjack?
No.
No.
They don't seem like very good cards. I
No,
check or fold.
no. That's a good card because how poker is played is your two cards that you have, you use with the 5 cards. That's going to be the community card. So that the cards that open up, everybody gets to use.
You should learn poker like Hold'em
with the combination of what you have.
This isn't the platform to learn it on. You should learn it.
I know you guys just need to say fold, check, or bet.
You can check. I mean,
it's not good. It's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, you have something. You have a playable hand.
You know,
be able.
What I could say in defense of, I guess, us and your channel, not to say that this was. Some people said it wasn't going. This has nothing to do with Hex. We actually know Hex. Like, we like Hex. We own Hex. So Hex is a huge community. You know, we're a startup.
Well,
we are.
I've got 2 pair, right? So the 5s are a pair and the 7s are a pair.
Correct.
So I'm just going to keep checking because that doesn't seem strong. It doesn't seem like nothing.
Could be.
No, I believe you won the hand. Your 2 pair is bigger than my 2 pair.
Beginner's luck exists in poker, my friend.
All right, so we got a jack and a 3. I'm going to call to get this moving.
And I think what you're doing is great, exploring other, I guess, project owners, because you did vet us, and we are real. And so that's really critical, finding more project owners. And all the naysayers, I applaud them for saying nay. Start your own project. Do it. Show us all how it's done. You know what I mean? We need it. Crypto necessarily needs to grow. It's everybody's responsibility to do what they can, either be an investor, be wise about it, or, sell responsibly when you can. Don't wreck your community for your personal gains. But, at the same time, if you can, put out some fire. Show everybody how a project should be done.
Yeah, I appreciate that sentiment, and honestly, there's so much. I'm actually gonna walk after this one.
I'll anything on it.
Call me up. 7 and 8.
Real deal project.
I feel like there's something unfair about this because I think you can see my cards on your screen.
Which I
screen sharing.
We're just having fun. As you can see, I'm not betting against. I'm just doing this as an interactive.
Now, as a God, you talked about that God thing. So this platform, it's being monitored on hours, and there are many fail safes put into place where you might be able to do something, but after a while, that pattern will be detected and it'll be terminated. But there's not too many ways to get in right now, but there still are ways that people might be able to manipulate it, and there are fail safes that'll detect everything. So it's as safe as can be and constantly evolving as it needs to.
Hey, there you go. At least I took one. Yeah, and if you just click that lobby button on the top, it'll get you off the table.
This is awesome. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys coming on, and there's obviously an appeal to gaming and gambling, right?
Gaming is no joke, and it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Look, in crypto, you got a whole bunch of areas, right? And you have people that love the NFT world. When crypto was just in the beginning, it was just trying to find what a case use this was going to do when there was like 7-8 things on a chart on a Coinbase, if you can get on it and see whatever coins were on there. Right now, it's evolved to be a great place. It's given an opportunity for new companies to come out. It's now weeding itself out of the garbage that's been in. At the end of the day, there's going to be corrections in any business, but how beautiful is it that we got to meet in Las Vegas Now we're doing a little studio time with you, and we appreciate this time, man.
Yeah,
We're
thank
2.5 hours into
Thank you
this,
so much.
and
Wow.
we thank your community for even giving us, a couple of yahoos a chance to speak.
And we're sorry, yeah, this wasn't bad for your community. We hope they don't get too offended. It is what it is.
Well, the truth is, like I said, talking to a founder of a project, you're going to learn stuff that most of us in crypto never experience and never understand. And that goes the same for people trying to build a community, because a lot of people that don't know a lot about about uh, Hex, they think that it's just a crazy group of dudes that just showed up on their front lawn. But if you go back, Richard Hart was doing self-help videos 6 years ago, right? So there's 6 years of Richard Hart working really hard to help people and build his community. And everything you see on the price chart that Hex has done is a reflection of the community. Now, don't get me wrong, there's good tokenomics, there's really good philosophy behind it, I believe. But without the community, what does a crypto project really have if it doesn't have a community?
I really say, if you together all of these advocates of yours and make a presence for Hex on a global platform. Come to the GBA, come to one of the events. I'll get you guys some time. You can really explain to the world of crypto what Hex is all about and see what comments they would give to you. But these will be the world of actual individuals who not only created, but were there from the beginning. And, I'd be really interested to see that, because I believe in Hex too. It could be the next biggest thing, but it's going to take that education, that outreach, and it's really in the hands of the community. Every Hexican's responsibility. Richard Hart can only do so much, and he does so much, but each of you guys, and, we could all work together and really help propel that brand, put it on a global platform. I know you guys have a global establishment. I know the Germany people, and I know you guys have a lot of presence around the world.
Yeah, well, and I would like to add, you can learn just as much or maybe more from someone you disagree with than someone you do agree with. So if you guys are disagreeing with some of the philosophy or some of the products here, that's fine. That's totally okay. But at the same time, I like to ask questions and learn what I can from somebody instead of trying to shove what I believe down their throat. Because if you're the smartest person in the room, that doesn't leave you a lot of room for growth, does it?
Bravo to you for creating a channel that brings minds together to create a healthy debate, and to discuss
exactly,
emerging markets, and good for you, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be in touch with the GBA and with some other things going on. I'll be coming down to San Diego to the birthday party. I'm looking forward to hanging out with the Hexicans of real life. Hexicans are always a lot nicer in in person than they are online.
You guys are awesome, man. The people that we got to meet in Las Vegas, believe it or not, I love the passion. Anything that's going to be that successful has got to have the passion of the community that you guys show. And I will tell you, if anybody found that magic to mirror it, they'll get to that level, but it's so hard to do. And the community and the camaraderie you guys have, these are intelligent men. People are programmers, they're web developers. These people are just brains. They can talk an enormous amount of not just crypto, but everything in the space, because you guys are pretty global, man. So major kudos to that Hex community. If we can just be friends, and we're good with that.
There's a big following in Vegas too, with Tony, Barry, then there's Bobby, Kyle, all those guys. They're just solid Hexicans, diehard.
They're friends of ours. We built that community because we think the missing link in crypto is
that
camaraderie.
That camaraderie, though, that loyalty that your project is built. People have beautiful $10,000 diamond studded Hex. medallions.
I love that.
And this is not a joke, you know,
I love that.
that takes heart, Richard Hart kind of loyalty, you know what I mean? So
Much love, man. We appreciate you bringing us on, dude. This was totally cool to catch up from a couple of months ago, and looking forward to doing a couple of more of these in the future with you.
I'm never here to offend Hexicans, man. I always say cryptopreneurs and Hexicans walk alike, you know?
I just want to say thanks for coming on here. You guys spent a lot of time before the stream in the green room, giving me all the resources for me, poke around, ask questions. You guys answered all of the questions up front. And so if you guys don't like some of the answers that these guys gave you, you should probably thank them for coming and answering their questions, because there's a lot of communities and a lot of projects that won't come on stream, won't answer questions. And now that you have the answers to GRC, you can make up your own decision. But I'm definitely going to be going through this demo and playing some blackjack for sure. And then, like I said, maybe I can get a stream where people know more about the poker than I do, and you guys can guide me through some streams. If you guys, and then one of you lucky guys can take the pot. So that's great, because like I said, I don't really do a lot of this stuff on stream for money. I'm doing okay money. I've got my financial freedom, and now my goal is to put out as much information out there as much as I can by using YouTube to scale and reach as many families. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, we've got our 1 million families. That's our goal, is to help 1 million families become financially free. We have our no shave till pulse chain. The reason that I look like I have a small sick raccoon on my chin is because I'm not shaving this until pulse chain launches. That's what this is right here.
Hey man, I'd even sacrifice Pulse.
That's what I mean.
I joined that community when I first got to the crypto space, and I was just trying to make friends, man. And some guy he sounded so much different than everybody else in the room, and he was a Hex follower, and I was like, this guy sounds smart. I want to learn something from him, and the only way I can gain credibility was like, I'll buy Pulse, you know. And then the guy became my friend. He guided me through it until this day. You know, we're friends, and you know, he's even invested into GRC because of that. And that's what I'm talking about. The camaraderie of crypto is, I didn't know anything. I just wanted to get into it, and lucky enough, I got into the hands of some cool people, made some friends, man, and we share investments in tokens that are worthless because the tokens tank, but we're friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I understand crypto is all bros. There's a lot of hazing and trolling going on in this community. So I'm not trying to take it too personally. I just wanted to let you guys know I really appreciate your time and effort coming here. There is another project that is called PulsePot, and that is actually another gaming website I'm going to try to get on my stream and talk to those guys. But thank you very much for coming here. We're going to end the stream. I'll be in the green room for just a second here, and we're going to make sure that we do a little giveaway there. Also, not to take these guys' time up very much longer, but we do have my online scavenger hunt. So if anyone of your community wants to engage with this online scavenger hunt, I have this. This is an address. It's just a mystery address. It's an Ethereum address with a little bit of money in it. And whenever someone in our community hits one of their goals, whether it's likes, subscribes, follows, we're going to be releasing another mysterious special word. All right. So, for instance, the cruise is going on. They're going to have the Hex Awards. Right now, we're sitting at about 200 votes for people voting for the Hex Awards. And KSB TV wants to try to get that up to 250. So if you guys go and vote for the KSB Awards and get them at 250, that's going to unlock a secret word. Jimrat Crypto, if he gets 5,000 subs, that's going to unlock a special word. Crypto Coffee wants 100 patrons. So if we get 100 patrons for him, that'll unlock one. Crypto Cabana wants a private jujitsu lesson with Juliana Pena. I couldn't get a social media goal out of him, so that's his goal right now, is to roll around on the ground with that sexy MMA fighter. Kinetics is looking to stream with a community leader of another crypto to talk about their strategy with the SEC. They're trying to get letters from the SEC to indicate whether a coin is a security or not. Let's see here. There's a
They
YouTube
should
channel.
join the GBA. That path is directly offered in that.
What's that?
They should join the GBA. That path is directly offered in that.
That'd be a really interesting one. Maybe I'll get your information to him, and you guys can talk about the GBA helping with working with the SEC. Then
Anybody who really wants to know what crypto is or blockchain in general, that's an amazing organization.
Awesome. And do you have a link for them that we can share?
Sure, I'll get it to you.
Okay. And then, like I said, Crypto Sloth's trying to hit 5K subs. Randy Kolarski's trying to hit 7K subs. And these are all like 200, 300 subs away. These are all very easy goals to hit. Cryptographics is trying to hit 11K. KSP TV is trying to hit 3K. Hexray Vision, I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys help us with all of these goals and help each other as a community, then you'll be getting some more of those special words, so people can go see if they can unlock that mysterious wallet of cash. So I just wanted to go over that really quick too, because that's something I just rolled out yesterday.
Nice. That's what we're keeping in contact.
Absolutely.
So you guys let me know if you guys have a specific goal of subscribers, followers, or views or something like that. Let me know, and we'll work on it as a community, and the GRC community can help rally around you guys, and we can unlock a special word there. So
Thanks.
I think we can all win together in this bear market.
Absolutely, man.
When that next wave hits, it's going to be insane.
This is time to make. Hey, there's not time. Wait till it's expensive. You're gonna be wishing these days. You're not gonna remember there's the bear market. You're gonna say the good old days.
Yeah.
When it was cheap.
There's so much stuff going on during this bear market compared to the last two bear markets. There was very little going on. Right now, it's a ton of people putting in work and getting ready to catch that next wave of crypto. So
and it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, man. Totally. Again, I know we can talk all day, but we appreciate your time.
Yeah, much love. Thank you.
It's been much awesome, and looking forward to doing this again, man, when the opportunity comes.
Yes.
I would like to thank your time for giving us the chance to speak to you guys, and and much love to all of the Hex community, man. Love to work together.
Yeah, buy Hex. I mean, this wasn't to buy GRC. Just we're here, and maybe come play. We'll look into being on the Hex chain soon, and maybe make some collaboration partnership deal. And just thanks for having us on.
And if you have a few bucks that you made from Hex, man, throw it into GRC. Helps us out too.
Yeah, get in there and watch for those BUSD rewards.
Absolutely.
So I'm also going to be in LA. I'll talk to you off screen, but let me just end the broadcast here. We'll do a quick awkward wave goodbye. I like to play some music and do a really awkward wave goodbye to my audience here. So you just look into the camera and wave as awkwardly as possible.
There's no rugs here, just warm floors and our casino.
Here at GRC, no rugs, just marbles after marbles.
Awesome, guys. Thank you very much.